Hello, hi, and welcome to the Undoing podcast. On today's episode, this is the first ever episode that Cynthia and I recorded together. Like I've said before, I am a one-man show in learning how to do all the edits and all of the things. So I appreciate your patience. Also, if you are listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, these are video. And I don't believe that we actually acknowledge that in our recording. So thank you for your patience as we are learning through this process, as I am learning how to navigate this without my partner. So thank you again for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the episode.
Welcome to The Undoing. The Undoing, I'm just being silly. The Undoing is a podcast about dismantling the programming that taught women who to be. We are unlearning the rules. We're breaking the cycles, telling the truth out loud.
Damn, Skippy.
Because it ain't you, boo. It's the programming.
Isn't that the truth?
Undoing what you
Like, how
were
many times a
told.
day do you have to stop and be like, wait, is that true? Or is that just programmed?
Is it true? How do I know that it's true? Is it true? And how do I know it's true? Don't let me teach you something.
I like it when you teach me things.
Don't, not you, Janae. The people. I'm a trauma alchemist, and soul surgeon. And you are a mental performance coach and nervous system strategist. Tagline, undoing what you were told you have to do, because that ain't you, boo, it's the programming.
It is the programming.
So welcome. Welcome to our trauma-informed, soul-backed podcast that dismantles cultural conditioning, internalized performance, and identity programming.
Yes, ma'am. Welcome to The Undoing. We're so excited that you're here.
Welcome to our raw, irreverent, emotionally alive conversations between two women who aren't here to play the role. I need to hone it in. I am in the silliest mood today. You're welcome.
I love that you're in the silliest mood.
Why don't you tell all these people who the heck we're here for? Who are we here for?
So we are here for the women who know that mindset work is not enough, are exhausted performing their healing. Gosh, yes. Have outgrown the high functioning label. I'm a high functioning ADHD trauma mom who's been through it all. Like, why? Why do we have to be all those things?
Thank you.
We are here for the people that are ready to unlearn the silence, the shame, and the systems. The shame and the systems that crave soul-rich, nervous system safe, emotionally honest conversations, and they are definitely walking away from the script and into something that is true.
Hear, hear.
So what we going to talk about, Miss Ma'am?
Hear, hear. My gosh. Here's the best part about The Undoing. There's not just one thing that we're going to discuss. There's not just one thing. We're going to talk about nervous system truth that no one else is teaching. Okay? We're going to unmask that healed identity, deprogram that performance wound. Okay. You're going to learn how to actually embrace success without the burnout, reclaiming the truth in real time. This is truly an intersection of psychology, spirit, and reparenting little us.
Mm-hmm.
What someone calls it. I don't know. It's really about reparenting little us.
So true. That is so true.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about all the things that nobody else is talking about and really dismantle the BS and the illusions that have kept us, our former selves, trapped in that same cycle where we were looking for our worth out here when it's all in here. Everything starts inside.
And so many things that we have been taught, programmed with, right? Like on your television, it's telling you a vision, it's programming your brain of what it wants you to know, what it wants you to do. So many things that we have been programmed with are not for our greater good. They're not for our best self. And I think there are so many people out there that are looking for that. Like, why do I feel this way? I've done all the things and I'm still in the same spot. You can't get out of the program unless you know how to break it.
And there's no outthinking your nervous system. Best of luck.
Right.
I mean, that's why I was literally feeling like I was on the hamster wheel, going nowhere fast. Because I was doing all the conscious things, checking all the boxes. High achiever, anyone? Doing all the things. Type A. Oh, yeah. Just tell me what to do. I'll do it. I was doing all the things. And then thought I was broken because nothing was changing.
Mm-hmm.
Something was wrong with me. Nothing was wrong with me.
No, and in the world that we live in today, the social media world where social media is your refrigerator, right? Like your kids bring something home or you brought something home as a kid and you put all of your really great things on display on the refrigerator. That is what social media is. And we all feel like we have to live up to those standards
What a great
because we're
analogy.
trying to live up to what's on somebody else's refrigerator. And that's their best part. And we're comparing our worst part to their best part. That's going to get us nowhere.
It's going to get us nowhere. It's going to get us nowhere.
No.
And speaking of social media, there's a reason why this duo is not showing up on social media with these messages. There is about to be a huge break, all right? A huge break over the next 12 to 18 months, thanks to AI, of online coaches who have clearly been regurgitating things versus people who've actually done the work and embodied the lesson that they're speaking on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot. And as I have unwound my own performance wound in seeking validation from strangers, I have zero desire to share messages to a crowd who's not necessarily open to hear it.
Can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
But you can't make them drink.
Can't
Whereas
save the world.
we can't save the world. We don't know. No, we're not here to do that. But we are here to share our perspective with the people who are open and ready to receive it. So welcome to our sphere.
And you'll know who you are.
If you're listening, it might be a clue.
What is it that they say, like on when you're scrolling on the socials, and they're like, "If this is on your page, it is meant for you. Meant for you."
So how did you find us? I'd love to hear. Did you find us from a social? From a website? Where from?
Did they search on the Googles?
The randomness that we are here for.
I'm so here for the randomness. That's the best part.
And
We
it's-
have so much fun with our randomness.
Yeah, we do. So welcome to the
Do you
undoing
think anybody that finds us is going to want to be a guest?
and the unraveling. Oh, hell yeah, they will. Hell yeah, they will.
Be part of our conversations? Shake up the system?
Yes, let's do it.
We'd love for you to join us.
Let's do it. Wow. I'm finding all kinds of things. Listen, Lindas. We have been talking about this podcast for months. For months. We have been compiling things for months. And this
We
is
have
our
been.
first official recording, some kind of banter to kick us off, right? So welcome to our phase 1 run on our technology and remembering what the heck we came here to talk about.
Yeah. Because, Gary, what did Gary Vee say? Just people want real. They want raw. They want to be able to
Well-
relate to you,
If this ain't real and raw, I don't know what to tell you.
right? Not everything is curated in life.
So yeah, essentially, we're going to unpack all the crap that we were told to be, to believe, the beliefs that kept us small, unmasking the parts of us that were never broken. We were never broken. We were just running old programs.
Yeah.
Hence the undoing.
Yeah. Because 90% of your programming is programmed by the time you're age 8.
Amen. Indeed, indeed. Who was aware of that? That blew my mind.
Just have to remember to look at grown-ups as their 8-year-old selves when they act the way that they do sometimes.
All times. All times. Literally.
Just smile.
Yeah.
Pat them on the head and be like, okay, gotcha. See you later.
8-year-old selves coming out to play.
And the truth. Can we have a do-over? It just made me think of that. Like when you're playing and you're like, I want a do-over, or make up new rules as you're going along.
Listen,
No wonder life is the way it is.
we stopped making up our own rules.
True.
We stopped making up our own rules and conform to everyone else's. You
Very
know you're going to
true.
open that can of worms, did you?
It was meant to be opened if I said it.
Because we are the creator of our own reality. 100%.
Mm-hmm.
100
Yep.
million %. We get to
Yeah.
decide at the end of the day. It's all a choice and it's all up to us.
That it is. And if you don't like your current reality, you can change it. Your brain does not know the fact whether something you tell it is true, real, or imaginary. So if you
Ooh-wee.
don't like where you're at, why don't you change it?
Dropping a rule of the mind on the first episode. I love it. Right? Because you're not a tree. You can change things.
Mhm.
You're not
Moving right along. Moving right along. What was that Muppets?
move that bus.
Oh my goodness. Man, I hope people think we are as funny as we think we are.
Sin. No doubt, girl. No doubt. Do you realize? I think we've had a friendship, baby. Officially. It was this weekend in April that we met in Fort Lauderdale.
Yes. It was Yeah. Where is my calendar?
Where's my calendar? Yes!
Where's my calendar?
We went to our retreat on April the 3rd.
We did. We did. And I flew home on the 7th.
Friendship baby.
Well, I attempted to anyway. I flew part of the
Wait.
way and then drove the rest of the way from Atlanta.
That you did. Bless your soul.
That is a whole other story for a whole other day.
It really is. We have so many stories. And we've only known each other 9 months this time.
Isn't that wild?
This time, we had to do big things, big things.
We are going to do big things.
I put on
Gosh, I'm
mascara
looking
for
at
you
my...
today. Okay. Just
thank you.
we have
Here we
done
are.
so much. This is the one that just hit me. We're not another voice in the healing echo chamber. We're the ones saying, what if the healed high vibe woman is just another role we were taught?
It's so good.
What if the healed high vibe woman is just a role we were taught to perform?
Gosh, that would make so much sense, though, right?
We were all taught to perform it. We were all taught
And
to perform.
But just think about how it evolves. Back when we were kids, we didn't heal trauma. Those weren't words that were highly talked about, if at all. And then now look where we are. It's like, oh, well, you've got to do this and you've got to heal and you've got to do blah, 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 blah. It's just, who comes up with this stuff?
Thank you. Now we're asking some questions. Who comes up with it? Who decided? Okay. I'm just going to go off on a tangent here. Here I go.
I'm here for it.
When it comes to social media marketing, we're both women entrepreneurs. Okay. What is the advice that you've heard about being on social media? If you want your business to succeed, you've got to do what?
Be on there all the time.
Yeah. I call BS. According to who? Who made up those rules? Says who?
I don't know.
Says who? Some early influencers who decided that's the way it needed to be.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, running a business is not being on the internet. Marketing,
No.
social media for marketing, for grabbing attention is one thing.
Right.
But marketing is not selling, is not serving, is not, all it is keeps you in the wheel of doing whatever you can to grab somebody's attention. Why? Why are you going to spin yourself out to grab somebody's attention?
It's probably not even the person that you want to grab their attention.
The number of women who have burned out creating content, just from content creation alone, creation alone, the burnout is real. And now you have the rise of AI, and I'm pretty confident Mr. Elon Musk, the technocrat, just tweeted a few days ago, what is it? Well, we have entered singularity. Is that the word that he used? Where AI has officially surpassed humanity? We have reached the threshold. They predicted 2027. He predicted it would happen this year. Really? 1st of January. We've already arrived here. So with the rise of AI, and we all saw the influx of the candy cane, okay? What's real and what's fake? Back to what's real and what's fake. The brain doesn't know. And now human beings, AI is so evolved that it's very difficult to tell if what you're looking at is an actual video or one that's generated. So here comes a bunch of mistrust on the internet because you don't know what's real and what's not. Like the whole landscape has just shifted tremendously. But when you're in it, when you're in the wheel of generating and creating content and posting and trying to get that attention, you're not separated from it to watch what's happening, to see what's playing out. So I go back to, according to who? What was the question you asked at the beginning of the chat? Is it the truth? How do you know it's true?
How do you know it's true? How do you know it's not a deep fake? How do you know? How do you know it's not an AI generated voice? How do you know? So many things out there. But if you trust your intuition for the most part, it's not going to steer you wrong.
Here we go, intuition.
You also have to know that you have an intuition. Everybody does.
Everybody has one. So Jenny, you dropped a golden nugget, the rule of the mind, where the brain, the subconscious does not know between what's real and what's imagined. And that's just one of the rules of the mind. This is one of the things I love teaching the most because most people are not even aware of what the subconscious is, number one. Number two, that there are rules of the mind. When you play a game that's new to you, what's the first thing you usually do?
Read the rules.
Why?
So that I know how to play the game.
So you know how to play the game with the hopes of what?
Winning.
Who would like to win at the game of life?
Have you read that book, Winning the Game of Life?
No, but I use that analogy because of the rules of the mind. Didn't even know it existed.
I have the audio book.
That's it.
It's by Francis somebody, and she wrote it in the early 1900s, I think.
Okay.
I'm going to go to my audiobooks.
I'm going to need to read that book. But it's the truth. If you're aware of what the rules are, you know how to play the game, right?
Correct.
You know how to play the game. So when you fully understand that your brain, your subconscious can't tell the difference between what's real and what's not. Woo-wee! You start protecting what your eyes, your ears, and your actual energy takes in as though your life depends on it, because it actually does.
Mm-hmm.
Because it actually does. When I first learned this rule is when I first became a student of the mind back in 2011, which was almost a decade before I even got certified in hypnosis. And when I learned that rule, I cut off. I had DirecTV, not even cable, because I lived out in the country. I turned off my DirecTV. I stopped watching the news, and I did everything I could to not listen to a commercial, because it's all programming. All of it. It's all programming.
Well, if you get this drug, then you might lose this blah, blah, blah. But the side effects could be cancer, death, or your arm falls off. Who knows?
Do you remember it was either the late 80s, early 90s, ish, because we're the same age. So we have similar memories.
Yeah.
Do you remember the big to-do when the news broke about how when you went to the movie and they would do the previews, and people discovered that they were putting subliminal messages of popcorn and Coke into the previews? Do you remember that?
Forgot about that.
There was a big to-do. People lost their minds. How
But
dare
you're right, they did.
they trick us? Because you would just all of a sudden want to go to the concession stand and get popcorn and Coke. Even if you didn't want it, you would all of a sudden just go, okay? Somebody running the concession stand knows the rule of the mind, or running the movie theater knows the rules of the mind. You think that the TV network and the movie industry does not? Get out of here. Get out of here. We are so easily programmed.
Yeah.
We are so easily programmed. And the language of the subconscious is repetition and pictures. Stop watching.
Think about who came up with the thing about the plastic rings and the turtles being trapped in the ocean. Remember that? And they
You had to cut them.
They wanted you to cut those so
Yeah.
that the turtle. And I remember somebody saying, well, whoever came up with that needs to also do the thing about plastic straws and how bad plastic straws are for you. And I was like, I don't know, it's just wild. Okay, the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It, Florence Scovel Shinn.
Look, our listeners already got value, as if we're not value.
We are so value.
It's brilliant.
And we're not even on the value menu value. We're
Hello.
$5 value.
My gosh. You have no idea. Don't look at the right side of our menu.
It's hilarious. Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
You know what I love about us is that as a duo, we offer that safety and expansion, logic and embodiment, clarity and chaos. We are the medicine. Welcome to the undoing.
But I feel like you end right there. That's it.
Shattering illusions. Have you picked up on that theme? We just naturally went into that. Shattering illusions. We just naturally talked about it, and then I looked at the freaking Trello board, and there that sentence was.
Wild. You're intimate, you're raw, you're unpredictable. By damn, yes, we are.
But you don't
the
say.
above.
You don't say. It's listen, I'm glad that we have suggested topics, if you will.
Yes.
I don't know that our squirrels at our rave will follow to a T. We will do our best. Okay? That you'll always get our best.
Always. It will be entertaining for sure.
We will guarantee you that.
But are we gonna like that meme with the guy with the cork board, and he's got all the pictures and the push pins and the yarn going from each one, and it's a big hot mess. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's us.
Yeah.
Follow the bouncing ball. Right, follow the bouncing ball.
Yes. Yes. But it's fun bouncing ball.
It is a fun bouncing ball. So listen.
Sorry, yawn.
Our listeners will typically have thoughts running around and around in their head. I can't do life like this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm unlearning everything I thought I knew. I'm realizing I was never the problem. I just want to be free in my body, my marriage, my career, my mind.
Because they've thought for so long, what's wrong with me?
And back to rules of the mind.
Yeah.
It's all programming. We simply have to undo it.
Yeah. It's
not even about becoming anything different. It's about undoing and remembering who the fuck you are. Okay? Sure did. I just let one slip. Welcome.
That's the part, though. People, I don't think that they recognize that they need to remember who they are.
Because they're not aware.
You're right.
They're
You're
not aware.
absolutely right.
That's what this
Because
is for.
I'm thinking of my own story, and I'm thinking like a year and a half ago, I was sitting at a bar, like in a restaurant at a bar. That's where we were eating with my husband. And I looked at him and I was like, what do I like to do? He was like, I don't know. I was like, I feel like that's a problem. I don't know what I like to do, and you don't know what I like to do. So I need to know who I am so that I know what I like to do. But how many people don't even stop and ask that question?
Yes.
It's like the movie The Runaway Bride. She didn't know what she liked for breakfast. She just ate what they ate for breakfast.
Think about that. You dropped a stat at the beginning that 90% of our beliefs and values, identity, if you will, is formulated by age 8%, 95% by age 12. So if we're not actively taking an inventory of what we like for breakfast,
Right?
what we're into, right? What do I like doing? We're not taking those active, we're not asking the questions, we're not digging, we're not curious. We're just accepting things as they are because that's the way they've always been. That's why my tagline is to stay curious. We were taught to stop asking questions when we were children. We were taught to sit down, do what we're told, and then test it on how well we memorize information.
Children are to be seen, not heard.
That's what a lot of people were taught. Don't question authority. Do what you're told in every regard, not just school. I felt that the church that I was raised in, I was not allowed to question anything, right? It was blasphemy. Whether it was school or church, you don't question authority. Well, says who? Says who?
Right.
I stand under no one. Okay. I started learning about the power of words as well. So you're not going to hear me say, do you understand that? You'll hear me say, do you understand? Inner knowing.
Like that.
They call it spelling for a reason, just like they call it television for a reason. Our words carry frequency. We hadn't even talked about that. I will save that for another chit chat, if you will.
But your words are so powerful.
So much more than people even understand.
So powerful.
But we've got you. You better stick around because we're gonna shatter all kinds of things and then fill you right on up, buttercups.
This is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How do you feel, Jenny?
I don't know why, I know why, but I think it just makes me sad that people stop being curious and they stop asking. I have never stopped asking questions. I'm like, why is it like that? Why does it do that? That's just me. And I ask questions all the time. I might not like your answer, but if you give me one, I will appreciate it. I think it's okay to ask questions, and I think God wants us to ask questions. God wants us to be curious. He wants us to look into all the things, right? There's so much that he has created that we can't even understand. We can't even comprehend it. Why would we not ask questions? Those things bother me.
You having this discussion because we're undoing. This is what these discomforts, this anger, this frustration with status quo is why this was born. Why are we doing this podcast? This is why. Right here.
Yes.
There's not enough people talking about this.
Yes. Yes. You're right. Absolutely.
So we stepped up to the plate. You welcome.
We're glad you're here for the ride. We're going to have so much fun, and we're going to break out in song while we're at it. And just so that the whole world knows, we do not own the rights to any of these songs that we break out in. Please do not come for me. Do not come for me.
Welcome to the show. Do what?
I was like, do not come for me. Do not come for me. I do not own the rights to your song.
We're just two musical mavens.
Yes. It's a big old jukebox up here.
That's how it works. You say a phrase and then you have to sing the next line because it just goes.
Isn't that the truth?
Straight up.
I don't know what it's like for people who aren't.
Tell me.
I don't know what it's like for people who don't have a brain like that. Like, what is that like?
I would never want to know because I love that my life is a musical. Jazz hands.
Woo! How you feeling, friend?
Funky Cold Medina. I'm not going to rap for you. I could always bust out some Eminem, some Tupac, some Biggie, some Wu-Tang, but I will save that.
I rapped some Vanilla Ice at lunch the other day.
Well done.
I did.
Did the kiddos even know who that was?
I don't think so. But the teachers appreciated it because they were coming in and I was like, stop. I was like, one of the teachers said stop. And I said, is it stop in the name of love? Or is it stop, collaborate, and listen? And then I just kept going.
Oh my gosh. I saw before we end this recording. We're gonna find our people with this. Just you wait. Last night on the talk of tick, I saw this interview of all these little young whippersnappers, okay? And the question, I'm gonna ask you the question.
Okay, I'm ready.
What year was someone born for you to consider them to be old? What year?
For
to
me
be
to consider somebody to be old?
I know what you would say. I want you to try and guess what these little youngins said. Give it your best shot.
1990? Is
Most
that what they
of
said? 1990?
Most of them said like 2000, 2005,
Shut up.
2004. There were two boys that said, oh God, anybody in the 1900s, those late 1900s. And I fell out. So I've had too much tick. Too much. I'm out. Late 1900s? No, I don't think so, kiddo. No.
That is hysterical.
1900s.
Have you seen those memes where it's like, I think it's actually truthful, where this kid was doing a research paper and he took a like screenshot or whatever of this book. And it was like, this book's from the 1900s. Is this acceptable material? And it was like written in 1998 or something, the late 1900s. I'm like, you do realize that was like 27 years ago, almost 28, because that's the year my son was born, 1998. Yeah.
So many issues with this. The late 1900s. Where did this hail from? Come on now.
I mean, we had to do papers without Google. We had to go to the library. We had to get out the index.
The Dewey Decimal System! Double D. Dewey Decimal. Is that still in library?
Oregon Trail?
Oregon Trail. Duck hunt.
Did you die of dysentery on the Oregon Trail? That is hysterical.
Those little snippets, we're going to find our people just with that.
Yeah.
Come on, hear the noise.
Girls, rock the boys.
Well, before we go into full-on concert, perhaps we should stop our recording today.
Okay. We're going to stop it. We're at 53 minutes. All right.
We don't like to talk. Peace out, Cub Scout. Pub Scout.
Peace out, Pub Scout. Pub Scout.
Thank you again for joining us today for this episode of the Undoing Podcast. Ta-ta, toodaloo for now. I love your face. That's right. If you have not yet followed us on all of your favorite social media platforms, we hope that you will do that. And we hope that you will tune in for our next episode in 2 weeks. Stay curious, friends. Peace out, Pub Scout.